Is the MOTU Origins Mossman Collector's Edition box art our ticket to the Powers of Grayskull in 2024? Join us as we discuss the recent teases from the packaging art reveals this week, right now on Toy Habits Live. And before we go live, smash that like button, turn on notifications, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss a beat. Hey everyone, welcome back to Toy Habits. I'm Michael.
And I am the Toy Sorceress, and you're watching Toy Habits Live. How's it going, Michael? I heard you had a fun day today. Tell us about it.
I had a fantastic day. I got to go to a local toy show that happens about twice a year down in Santa Clara, California, and I got to hang out with some really cool people. So I did actually get to hang out with, here, let's actually show them on screen.
Oh, cool.
Let's see. All right, I got to hang out with Brick Something, who runs a channel where he gets down and dirty and talks about stuff that brings him joy, like toys, art, and collections. And he is actually in the chat now. April Fools, no, never mind. What's up, man? It was so good to see you. So great to meet you in person. If you haven't checked out Brick Something's channel, check him out. He's definitely super engaging, does live streams, and just talks about, all the stuff that brings us joy, like we always do. So what is up, Brick Something? Also got to meet Lara, who is another viewer in person. So she lives local-ish to me, and it was actually very fun to hang out with both of them today. So it was very fun. So
awesome.
Yeah, so that was fun. You can probably I did have one purchase that I did today, and it was screaming, to me, because the price was right. And I was like, I actually couldn't believe.
Please tell us about it.
Oh geez. So whenever I go to these toy shows, I don't have something in mind that I want to buy, and so I just kind of look at the booths, and if something calls out to me, then I buy it. And so I was walking through the booths, and there was this Mega Constructs SDCC. I think this was a 2019 possibly set. I forgot. But so this was on the shelf, and actually let me see the. Oh yeah, so I do. Let me see. Oh yeah, I do have the sticky note that was attached to it too. And so
the beauty of those things are they could just exactly.
This is how I came across it.
So Michael,
and if you can see,
does that really say $40?
$40. And I think this thing goes for like between $300 and $400 on eBay. And so I was like, why not? Right?
Someone forgot a zero, apparently. That's incredible.
I think they just left off the zero. So, but this is actually something that I've been wanting for a long time, because I was actually at SDCC when this set came out, and I passed it up.
Wow.
And I couldn't pass it up for $40. So I was like,
oh, no way. That's like a no-brainer. That little Mossman in there is probably more than $40 alone. I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, and it's funny because Brick Something was with me, and it was totally like that. Like, he was fast too, spotted it, and attacked like a shark. I just grabbed it and was like, "Here's my money." And then when I was talking to Lara, she's like, "Oh, did you talk him down?" And I'm like, "It was $40. No."
No, it's like take it and run, right?
So funny.
That's incredible. That's got to be like the best toy deal ever.
I know. I seem to have good luck, because I think last time I got a good deal on a Night Raven from, a vintage Night Raven from G.I. Joe, and also that Sears SMS, and like that SMS, like red his tank, and MMS, that's Cobra. And I was like, okay, definitely got to get those.
That's incredible. Well, we have a fantastic show today. We had scheduled to do some G.I. Joe leaks, but there's some incredible news that came out just at the end of the week. So, MOTU is number one here at Toy Habits. Not that we love G.I. Joe, but this is, and especially the topic we're going to start out with today, it's my absolute favorite. So that's why I took precedent. Breaking news always counts first. But before we start getting into that, why don't we go ahead and say hi to the chat, because we got a whole bunch of people here.
Sounds good.
Go for it. So we got Beast Mode. Neil Hunter Hyde is here. Frank Pryor is in the house. Of course, we know Brick Something's here. Hey, Brick Something. We got Darren the Soda.
Love that name.
On our U83. Steve Mooner's here. Antonio Reyes, how's it going? Jordan Life Fresh Breeze. That's a good one. Speaking moistly, it always cracks me up. Yeah, Clint Jorgensen. Oh my God, he made a funny joke yesterday about dinos on Jay's show and said, "Are they potty trained?" And I wrote back, "Clint, oh, LOL, potty training," laughing. And the only comment that got read out loud was mine. And Jay was like, "What the heck are you talking about?" Anyway, it was hilarious. We got Joe Coolman's in the house. Sunny Shine is here. Kevin Forrester is in the house. Evil Villain. We got Danny Phillips. We got Figuratively Speaking. How's it going? Rail Black's in the house. Fantastic. Nolan is here. Hi, Nolan. How's it going? Kelvin Forrester, I think I already read you. My Buddy's Customs. How's it going, my friend? We're doing great. We got Matt at Arms. I love that. Javier Reyes is in the house. Obi-Wan Shigonis. I think I said that right. Charlie, how's it going, Charlie? One of our channel members here. Jose Creative TV. Creepy Acres. That's a good one too. Danny Valley. How's it going, Danny? Javier Rios. I think I already read your name. And then we've got Fan Divizini. We got a whole bunch of people. So I think I'm going to probably cut it off here. Kaz S is in the house, but hi to everybody. Actually, I only got 2 more to go. Film Kit 1000, NSS1.
Keeps coming.
Jace Traver is here, and Stephen Komarek. Okay, that's everybody. Hi to everyone in the chat. Thanks for joining us on this April Fool's Day. We had some awesome news this morning, then we had a couple April Fool's jokes. So I'm sure we'll talk about that too.
It's so hard to tell, like, what, like, if when stuff comes out today, it's like, what is real and what is not? Can people just tag this stuff as April Fools and like not be so cryptic about it?
I know. Please tell us next time. I mean, I can't tell you. Me and you got so many DMs this morning about like all these like leaks, but like a lot of them were not.
No. And it's like, okay, well, one, I mean, I was going to a toy show, so I didn't have a ton of time to like take care of everything, so I just punted everything over to you. So thanks.
I know, and it's totally fine. Hey, toy shows come first, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Why don't we go ahead and say hi to our channel members real quick, and then we'll dive into this Mossman news.
All right, sounds good. So just wanted to send a special shout out to the growing toy members, their Toy Habits crew. We have our supporters: Trenton, Nomad, Giraffe, Ryan, Frankie, Dave, Mr. Home Arcade, Allison, Tom, Clint, Christian, Brick Something. He is also in the chat and got to hang out with him. Woohoo! Daniel, Tim, Charlie, Pride of Grayskull, Baroness of Toys, Peyton's Toy Samples, Manic Plastic Toy Shop, Retro Southpaw, Brendan Barnes, and we have a new member since our last stream, Masters of the Mini Comics, who runs a channel where he brings MOTU comics to life through voiceover performances with just amazing voices and sound effects. It's a real experience. If you haven't checked out his channel, go over and check it out. It's actually really very, very cool. So it's awesome.
I want to give a shout out and a hello also to Allison Troy, who just joined. And if you guys didn't see it, watch it on the replay. Allison was with us. Was that last Saturday? I can't even. Sorry, I dropped the head.
Yes, it was.
Allison was with us last week, and she was doing all of her MOTU Origins custom and going through what parts we thought our tooling could lead to new characters. It was fantastic. If you didn't watch it, go ahead and watch it on the replay. Allison, we had a fantastic time with you. It was great having you on. So let's dive into Mossman.
Yes.
I gotta say before we start, I was driving to work when this thing hit. I saw it in the car, and I was like, shit. Like Mossman is my favorite. I saw the package, and I almost, so that was incredible. This is the most thing that I'm like totally stoked and excited about. So let's dive in.
Yes, let's do it. It's so funny.
Right.
Yeah, it's like, you were so excited about this one, and I'm very excited that he's becoming more real.
Oh my God, I know. So we've all seen already what Mossman looks like. when he was revealed. And just recently during the huge reveal for Masters of the Universe, it seems, I guess, like 2 weeks ago, a week or two ago. But look at this incredible packaging here for Mossman. Let's get into the details.
Yeah, it's freaking amazing. And one, like, so I guess maybe let's kick this off with a question for you. Like, were you expecting this type of treatment, or maybe like a kind of a deluxe, what we see the deluxe figures in?
So the reason this blew me away so much is I expected for him just to be on the regular deluxe blister card with Mossman and his, like triangular bubble, and then his accessories next to it. It was going to be a Walmart exclusive. I'm like, the card's going to come all bent. And, not that card doesn't look good, but this is the last thing I had on my mind. And he just looks incredible. And that artwork on there is just, it's like a masterpiece. Like every time you look at it, you see more stuff. Like,
yes,
it just comes to life. The colors are gorgeous. The amount of attention to detail is fantastic. And the fact that Mossman has been teased so many times. I can't even count. Is it like 5 or 6 times now since the beginning of the line? And we've been all asking for him. And now he looks furry and incredible in his package. Like, I am so excited about this.
Yes, we are so happy to talk about Mossman's package.
Yes. And Silver K out there, I'm sure she has a fun comment for us. So let's dive into this. And you can see, we're going to actually go through and look at all the teasers and the artwork.
Yeah,
but you can see how the artwork wraps around the entire package, not just the front and the sides, but also on the back. And we'll look at that too.
I was going to say, like, for the, like, okay, so for Point Dread, like, it was windowless packaging, right? So okay, so tell me about this one. Like, do you like the window display or windowless here? If you had
I love the window display, because what's important here is that you could see that thick furry moss on Mossman, his flocking, how incredible it looks. And it just makes you like want to buy this so badly, and like buy like 3 or 4 of them, so you can like display it, keep it extra, whatever you want to do. But I'm sure people are going to get extras, because this is like a MOTU Origins piece of art, and having him on display with all of his accessories laid out like that, it looks great. And then you can see his mini comic packed in behind him too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, brick something. I hear Mossman's package smells like patchouli. Yes, yeah, it's like pine patchouli, whatever. Like, I'll take any smell. Maybe they forgot to, with the leftover patchouli, they forgot to douse Stinkor with. Maybe it'll come with patchouli. Who knows? Maybe that's the chase variant.
Exactly. So we'll go ahead and take a look at. So this is, you can see all the sides are covered. I'll show you the back of the package first, real quick, before we dive into the teasers. But when I saw this, it gave me hope. And I know that it's always said to be a Walmart exclusive, but when I saw the entire back of the package covered in artwork, I don't know if all of you guys out in the chat, but my mind immediately went to, this has got to be a Mattel Creations exclusive. I know it's not. It's just wishful thinking. But seeing this, it doesn't have cross-sell on it. It doesn't have a barcode on the back. It could still be on the bottom of the box, right? But this definitely looks like Mattel Creations material, right? Like what they typically do.
Oh, totally. Yeah, it totally looks like that.
No one has... I know they mentioned it at the presser event that it's supposed to go to Walmart, but we haven't seen anything like after that, like officially telling us. So I'm still crossing my fingers. We have the Mattel Creations drop coming out April 11th. So do you think this could be it, Michael? Like, what are your thoughts?
Geez. I mean, it's anything flocked seems to go to Walmart. So like my intuition is it's still going to be a Walmart exclusive, because I don't know if they had to negotiate out of that deal, if it would cost them a whole lot of money if they did. But I mean, the way that they pack and ship stuff, like this box needs to be like packed in its own like box in a box in a box. Like, you can't put this in a bubble mailer and kick it down the street.
Wrapped and just like, like carefully shipped. Yeah.
Yeah, but Allison has a good point. After the exclusive period ends, I bet it shows up in the Mattel Creation store. Yeah, and that's a good question because things. So I know that like Target has limited exclusivity, but also does Walmart. I've never
Yes.
seen anything
They
that's
do.
gone up on
Well,
Walmart come up in another store unless like because we haven't really had a ton of MOTU like Panther, right? Like Panther,
yeah,
I don't see
never
Panther
did.
anywhere else, right?
Panther never moved anywhere else. The only thing, if you remember when the line first started, like wave one, it was exclusive to Walmart, but that was for a period of time.
Yeah.
And it was
Okay.
quite a
Yeah, you're
long
right.
period of time,
You're
right?
right.
And then it ran out, and then all these other retailers were all of a sudden, like online retailers and all these other people were able to start selling MOTU Origins. Because originally, I think, Skeletor and He-Man, wave one, were selling for like 40 or $50 on the aftermarket because you couldn't find them. It was all Walmart exclusive, right?
Yes.
We're all thinking like, wishful thinking because this thing's going to be impossible to find.
Yeah.
If
I
this
mean,
is a
this is
Walmart exclusive.
yeah, because this stuff came out in 2019, so my memories my memory's kind of
Oh,
bad.
it's totally fine.
Yeah, and I
And
think the Roton started at Walmart, and I don't know if
yes,
it. Yeah, and is it on any other retailers? I mean, I have it, so I haven't really looked for it. So
yes, it's actually on BBTS.
okay, yeah, okay, all right. So I stand
Yeah.
corrected. There are some things. So hey, maybe that opens the door for Mossy to come
Well,
to
let's hope.
Mattel Creations, and I mean. They have to do this because all the packages are going to get trashed. Like there's no
I
way.
know.
And especially trusting Walmart with a collector's edition. Like they are specifically calling this out. Like
So I know, like Mattel, sorry, like WTF, what were you thinking handing collector's edition material to Walmart?
I know, right?
Like, were they thinking straight?
Yes, more stuff that
Well,
started as exclusive. Yeah, I guess the Roton and the Ground Ripper as well. So yeah, all
yeah,
right. There's
yeah.
lots of stuff
All
which
right,
which
so
which gives me hope. So it's great.
let's dive into some of the teasers on there. And the first
Yeah.
thing, actually, that I want to take a look at is let's look at that 3-panel display here, so we can see it all together,
That was
and then
beautiful,
we'll
by the
dive
way.
in one at a time, right?
Yeah.
So this is showing what the front of the package artwork looks, but it's like wrapped
Yep.
around, and then there's obviously the bubble for Mossman. But if you extrapolate all of that.
Oops, did we lose you, Toy Sorceress? Oh,
So
there you
we'll take a look at Dino first,
go. Okay.
and I'll let you dive into this guy. So this was an exciting one.
Yeah, I mean this is an unreleased or unproduced prototype from the 1988 Powers of Grayskull line. I think he's called Gigantosaurus or I forget what he's called.
Yeah,
He's got a cool name.
Gigantosaurus, and this is what he looked like. So this guy is
Huge.
like, he should be like Ginormosaurus is really what his name should be, right? Like look at how big the 12-inch giants Titus and Megator are next
Yeah.
to him. It's like he barely doesn't even reach his back. Like he's
Oh
the
my
size
gosh.
of like one of these kids. If you stud him up on his hind legs,
Yeah,
it's
Gigantosaurus.
huge.
Yeah, I mean he's got what is that tongue lasher in his mouth or something? Or I mean, just looking
Yes.
at the scale of the dino that he has in his mouth is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, and then by looking at these images, you can see there's multiple pop out compartments here, and we'll take a look at a closer image of this. But he's got his belly opens up with a laser cannon, and then he's got like a little side door too, where Man at Arms is hanging out. But
Oh, that's crazy.
this is this is what it looks like. And as a matter of fact, in the artwork, this is the very image you see of Thunder Punch He-Man popping out of his belly with this laser cannon,
That's
right?
crazy.
So it is incredible. So this
But
is exactly what Axel drew in there.
actually, if you go back, there's little text at the bottom, and it said automatically reels up. So this was
Oh
actually, I
wow!
think it was meant to be battery powered and mechanically operated, right?
Neat. I believe so. So you mean so he's battery powered and he stands up on his hind legs, and then I don't know. Do you think he made like dinosaur sounds or anything like that? Like,
Arr. There.
I don't know how dinosaurs actually sound, but something like that,
I'm
right?
channeling Jurassic Park, so I have no idea.
There you go.
But Cora brings up a nice question. If they actually made this, it would probably be something Mattel Creations related. I can't imagine them, actually making something this huge and putting it out on a shelf. But wait, it's past. Well, we're at April, so we have to figure out if all the MOTU stuff is getting cleared out and moving.
Hey guys, it's April 1st. Is the line dead? I guess not.
Oop.
I saw MOTU stuff today at Target, so I don't think so. So yeah, this thing looks amazing. I think it probably would be probably like a crowdfunded thing through Mattel Creations, just like Eternia is. And here's something I wanted to say. So this year, 2023, was the rise of the Snake Men, right? And
Yep.
where did the Snake Men originate from? They came. Go ahead. You're gonna say. Well, they actually came from Preternia.
Yes,
That
yes.
is where King Hiss came from.
Yes.
And Preternia is the land of Eternia. That's where the Eternia playset began. It was, prehistoric time in the past. And so the lineage for Masters of the Universe has always been the Rise of the Snake Men leads into is like the precursor and the stepping stone to the Powers of Grayskull. Yes. So I think it's exactly right, because what did we get on that CamelCon card art? Of course, we had a ton of Snake Men on there, but then there was all this Powers of Grayskull stuff.
Yes. Yeah, I mean that was I think that was the opening salvo for Powers of Grayskull, yes. And I think with Eternia coming out in 2024, they have to have something to go along with Eternia, because by that time, yes. I think all the deep cuts are going to be gone. They'll have released all of the figures in the MOTU, like the vintage ones in the MOTU Origins line. Yeah. So like, what else are they going to do, right?
Exactly. So, and the characters that were part of the Eternia crowdfunded program were, of course, King Grayskull, which he leads all of Eternia, and he came from that time period, and Keklar, which of course we didn't unlock, but the characters, and of course we got Modi, who guarded Eternia, but all of those characters were all from the Powers of Grayskull. So This makes me extremely excited, because again, I've always wanted Powers of Grayskull to come to the Origins line.
Oh yeah, I have too, and this has been like a long-standing thing that I've talked about for probably the last couple years. Is it came out in Classics. We need something Powers of Grayskull related in MOTU Origins, because it was so sad when the line got canceled after just having a few releases, mostly in Europe, and it would be great to see that whole line built out. Brick something asked, do you think the vintage Gigantosaurus is comparable in size with the Jurassic World Dreadnoughtus? I don't know what that looks like, but I mean, possibly. Like, I guess Mattel has experience with building dinosaurs, so who knows?
Oh, they're the king of building dinosaurs. That's their specialty. So it would be natural for them to do that. And then let's take a look at the center panel here, and that is where. I was trying to get this article out, and you pointed out to me, if you look really carefully, there's actually 3 teases in this panel. Okay. And every time you look at this, you'll probably see more stuff. I wouldn't be shocked if we had like Loki peeking out of the tree. I was like, wait a minute, is he in here too? So there's a few things in here. We got Turbodactyl flying up above, right? You can see the little turbines under his wings, which is really cool. We have Skytree, which you pointed out to me, because I was actually, like in such a hurry. I'm like, there's like some sequoia here.
Somebody,
you can see his little face.
Giraffe, who's one of our Toy Habits crew members, he actually pulled that up. He actually found that in Discord and sent it to us. So he called him the fruity tree guy, and that's all I can like Skytree is not like, that's not his name anymore. He's fruity tree guy.
No, and I believe there was an episode of the Filmation series, He-Man Masters of the Universe, where He-Man has to rescue Man-at-Arms, I believe, and he goes to see Granomir, the wise old dinosaur, or dragon. I apologize. We're talking about dinosaurs. And he sends him to go cut down Skytree, which is like the oldest and wisest tree in the forest of Eternia. So that's who this is. I think it is, but maybe it's a sapling from Skytree because he was huge and like went up like hundreds of feet. But I think that's who that is, and I think that's really cool. And of course, peeking over here, and when you look at the package artwork, you got the cutouts and everything. You don't really notice it too much, but we got Eternia.
We're getting Eternia.
Look, well, we know we're getting Eternia, but what this tells us, Michael, what this tells us is that this whole scene is just not some ordinary forest, right? This whole scene is taking place in Preternia, which is what the Powers of Grayskull gives us, right? That's where the scenery is happening. Anyway, that's what I wanted to point out in there. So there's Easter eggs all over this artwork. It's incredible. And then taking a look at this, you can see a little bit. There's Viper Tower, there's Grayskull Tower, and then there's the Central Tower there. Then we have our third panel, which of course gives us Mossy standing overlooking, this waterfall, this incredible view. And then there's somebody else lurking behind Mossman, and we're going to take a look at that panel next.
Yes.
So, yes, and that is a character that's probably not known to a lot of us. I believe his name is Red Shadow, right?
It is Red Shadow, yes. And it's so funny because this character looks so familiar to me. I was just racking my brain just on like, who the heck is this guy? And then a good place to look when you have a question is actually the comments once Roy posts these things, because Axel and Roy actually answer comments on Instagram. And so Axel had actually mentioned that this was Red Shadow, which was a unproduced Masters of the Universe Classics concept that he had. But actually, before we dive into that, I just want to recognize Robert for becoming our latest Toy Habits crew member. Robert's been a long time viewer of the channel, comments a ton. It's actually a pleasure to interact with Robert, and super excited that you became a member. So thank you.
Yeah, welcome, Robert, to the crew. We're happy to have you here.
Yeah, Allison's like, wait, Eternia? I can't eat. But
we also want to say good.
Oh yeah, go for it. Yeah, you could.
Oh, I just wanted to say hi to Brennan Barnes that joined us a little bit late.
Fred
also
Shadow.
Toy Habits crew member. Fred Shadow. Now, the funny thing was, because I never heard of this guy, and here we are, trying to get through our workday, trying to get our article out and all this stuff. And so I gave Michael shit and I said, How's the Red Shadow guy blue? I'm like, who named him? Because he's a blue character. Why is it called Red Shadow? Why isn't he Blue Shadow? Anyway, that was my take on it.
Yeah, and I hope we get this. I hope we get this figure. And I think one of Axel's friends did two customs of this one. It was basically a classics version that was flocked and unflocked. So it's very cool that he did that one.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. He does look like some kind of he has kind of like a goat head or something. I can't really tell. What do you think that is?
Yeah, it looks like kind of like a cross between a goat and a baboon. I have no idea.
yeah, something like that. So I think that covers all of the teases on the front of the package. So let's go ahead and dive into the rear of the package. And we've got Mossy lurking here in some ferny grove, and he looks like he's ready to pounce. But we got these two guys like front and center, big time on the back of the package. Now you did some incredible sleuthing to figure out who these two are. So let's go ahead and start with this green snake man guy. I know who he is.
Yeah,
so I'll let you.
So this one, if you're familiar with the MOTU Masters of the Universe Classic figure, this is basically MOTU in snake form. Yeah, so that's basically him. And in his bio, it's basically referencing the it's kind of like he started out as a snake man, but in the classics version he didn't look like one. So this is High Priest Pythonus, which is his official name, and this is a custom, of course. But Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we could basically see that he could essentially look like a
Yeah.
Snake Man. Is really really interesting character too.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. And I believe Allison sent us this image.
Yes, Allison was digging around the net and found Axel's art, concept art for
Yeah.
this one. So yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting what you find on the interweb. So thank you, Allison.
Yes, and we also have to say thank you to a lot of the crew members who helped dig up a lot of this research information that you were digging up as I was trying to
Oh, this
put
was
piece
fun.
together the rest of the article. So this whole thing was a huge team effort, but the crew, the Toy Habits crew out there,
Yeah,
really came through for us. Thank you guys. And Michael was like feeding me all this information, and we were working as an entire Toy Habits team to dig up all the research on this because
yeah.
everybody out there, yeah, they all shared all these images online, but then nobody dug into, hey, what is all this stuff? And then actually Mega J did a great video actually yesterday, so I'll give him a shout out. But it took a lot for the team to dig up all this research, so thank you.
Oh yeah, because I was looking for this concept art, and then Allison just like pops it in the Discord, and I was like, geez, this is awesome. So really
That was
appreciate it. And I
amazing.
was like, yes, oh yeah, and here is Red Shadow. Yeah, and somebody was mentioning that
Standing
he
next
has
to the purple cubert.
a metal mask over his face too. I need to see if I can find that
Oh, there you go.
particular
You know
comment.
what this reminds me of? So I don't know if you guys remember, but the Super 7 line, when they took over Masters of the Universe and they had their 5.5-inch figures,
Hmm.
they had a few characters that were like Terror, Jaguar, Terror. There were like different animals, and they all look like this. There's like 3 or 4 of them in the
Oh
Super
yeah,
7 five
yep.
and a half inch line, right? And that's what that reminds me of. So we'll look into that further, but I bet you it was one of those characters because he looks just like it.
Yes, and do we know if he's a heroic warrior or an evil villain? It's a good question. I don't. I didn't read up on his. I don't know if he has an unofficial bio or not, but we might get a clue
He
there.
may. We'll have to get back to you guys on that one.
Mhm. That's a
But I love
good.
that he's standing next to Kubert's cousin.
Oh my god, that is cute.
It's totally adorable. And there's another view of him too.
Oh yeah, those are the two customs that Axel's friend made him.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is basically Red Shadow flocked and unflocked, and his friend sent
Yeah,
him a couple customs, which was cool.
those look fantastic. And then there was one more character on the back, and we were driving ourselves crazy to try and figure out who this was. And Michael, originally you first thought it could be Vipor, but it
Yeah,
wasn't. So tell us the story about this.
yeah, so I was like, okay, this has to be some named character because they usually don't put unnamed
Yeah.
characters or new characters in this box art. So I was like, okay, it could be Viper in snake form, but then I was looking at
Mhm.
concepts and stuff, but the chest didn't match up. Like he had
Yeah.
like armor over his chest and things like that. And so
Hmm.
whenever I have a question, I actually turned to our Toy Habits crew first, and like nobody really knew who this was. And so I was like, well, why am I'm not wasting my time, but
Yeah.
like, let's just go to the source. So I DM'd Axel, and he actually got back to me. And he said,
I was shocked.
and also Roy did too. Roy in the comments, he had mentioned
Mhm.
that this is an unnamed Snake Man. So this is a new
Yeah.
character. And it's
Yeah.
actually cool because you can see that his lower body is a snake, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And but
And
so yeah, but Axel did confirm that it's a new character, doesn't have a name yet. Like Axel said he had a name for it, but he didn't tell me, and he's like, we'll just wait for Mattel's official name when they finally settle
yeah,
it.
yeah, they're supposed to come out with it, right? So and you can see that half of them is already like used tooling. Of
Yeah.
course, he has CamoCon's flared head, which is really cool, and this is Cobra Khan's body. So that's all done. So how cool would it be? And this is what you got to think about the genius of MOTU Origins figures because what they snap open in the middle, right?
Yeah.
So all they got to do is create this really cool snake bottom uh, half of his body and just pop it in. So
Oh,
that's awesome.
that would be so cool. And you know what that opens the door up to is like they could make packs of these things and if we could like
Yeah.
we can have snake bottom yes, Lady Slither. It opens the door for Lady Slither. We could have a snake bottom for King Hiss and all the other snake men.
Yep. That's exactly where I was thinking, when I saw this, and you can see like that clear cut line right there, at his belt. It's like just snap on, snap off. We can get a bunch of snake bodies.
Yes, like clap on, clap off the clapper. Just want to say hello to Myra real quick. She actually lives super close to me, so we chat sometimes online. So hello, Myra. How are you?
Hey there. So I think with that, we've probably covered everything for Mossman. Michael, I want to hear your thoughts on Mossman. I've already glowed extremely, all over the moon over him. So tell me how you're thinking.
I'm looking forward to Mossman, and it's probably going to be for a really weird reason, only because that they packed in a Beastman's yellow armor from the weapons packs from back in the day. So it's like the figure, yes, the figure looks great. I'm not sure why they chose not to flock the other head, but little minor details there. But the packaging looks fantastic. The artwork looks great. The figure looks amazing. I mean, it comes with all sorts of stuff too, and I think it's all like recasted parts that they've already used. So I think like I don't know if you have the front of the box again, just for reference.
Oh yeah, let me get over there. Oops.
Before we get into that, Bo Hughes, thank you so much. Became the latest Toy Habits crew member. Thank you so much. Very excited to have you as part of the crew. Thank you so much.
Welcome, Bo, and Mossy welcomes you too. I had to have him for this conversation. I went and dug up my vintage Mossman. So this is just I am so thrilled that they did him justice. They did him right. Like Mossy needed, a amazing tribute, and Mattel, God bless you, you did it. I'm so happy about this.
Allison Snake Bottom Girl. Sorry. I had to go back to that, but no. But Mossman, like I love that they did this style packaging for him, because he just, I don't know, he might have looked lame on just the standard card, and like this makes him like, this gives him a presentation. This gives him,
oh my god,
just some presence in the room. It's like, it's not going to get lost if you're a mitten box collector with all of the carded stuff or packaged stuff that you got. So I think it's really cool.
I just cringe thinking about this coming in like mailer bags and stuff. That's gonna be the part that hurts,
But Myra, the guy behind Mossman, I think we already talked about that before you came in, but that is Red Shadow. It's one of Axel's held over concepts from the Masters of the Universe Classics line. So yeah, it's a very cool figure and a very cool tease, because we're starting to get some like deep cuts. Oh yeah, there's the fruity tree guy that Giraffe sent us through Discord, and I know he's Sky Tree, but he's going to be the fruity tree guy from me.
So yeah, this is incredible. And not only did we get a Mossman fantastic packaging drop, but the day before, they freaking dropped the Talon Fighter on us. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at that next. And the Talon Fighter box, Michael, tell me your thoughts on this. I mean,
so again, like this is an epic scene, and it's so funny because when I first saw this box, it was, it's tiny on Instagram until you download the photos. That picture of Man at Arms, it totally looked like Too Bad's like back or front armor, and it just looked like a blue single head. And I was like, wait, is that Tuvar running through, or like, are they gonna make it? But no, it was Man at Arms and his lord. It's all the Lord of Powers.
Yes, exactly. It is the Lord of Powers version of Man at Arms, Skeletor, Merman, and Beastman. And of course, we can't tell if He-Man is probably, it could be either version of him, but it looked like they picked the mini comic version of a lot of them, and then we got mini comic Triclops out here, and then all these guys riding around on Rotons. So we're gonna dive in to
Yeah.
all the
The
art.
box is fantastic. And so I think, is this their first like windowless box that they've had for a vehicle then?
Yeah, it is. It
Yeah.
is. And I think it was a brilliant move because it allowed them to do this like amazing scenery for it and just give it this like fantastic premium look. We all pretty much know what a Talon Fighter looks like, and it'd be great to have it on display, but I think this box like allows you to, you can take the Talon Fighter out and still display the artwork, and it's going to save me from having to buy two.
Oh, there,
Because
I
for
mean,
my favorite things, like I have two Stridors. One is open and one is on display in his box.
yes. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited about this too, just like Kelvin Forster is, because I didn't have this as a kid. So this is
I actually
awesome.
still do have my.
And I think we have to address something in the chat. I think Pop Actor was making a joke that he had pre-ordered the site, and remember what day it is, people. It is April Fool's Day.
Yeah. Because everybody was gonna start like freaking out right now.
I know, right?
We gotta get off this.
Could you imagine like it just went up right now? I think we'd have to cut the
I
thing.
actually
Be like, see ya. Or just buy it.
I actually
Buy it
went to
live.
Walmart earlier and I was like, what happens if I like find them sitting on the shelf like right now? Of course it didn't happen, but
I want to give a shout out to Danny Phillips. We chat on Instagram often. He's also a great source of just looking out for news that he DMs me through Instagram. So really appreciate it, Danny. Is Red Shadow the figure on the Talon Fighters box art? No, I don't think he is present there. I think that one is Skeletor down there. But
yeah, this is definitely Skeletor.
yeah.
So we'll go ahead and dive into the artwork a little bit more. This one, of course, it does get the traditional card back or package backing with the artwork on the top, the action features in their little boxes here, and then you can see the actual product and a small cross sell of the wave. And this one actually has the two deluxe figures with Dragon Blaster Skeletor and Snakeface on here, which is really cool. And then you can see, Wave 13, which we did our review on our premiere video, right, with King Grandor, Slamurai, Snake Tila, and the Snake Trooper. So this is really cool. We'll dive into the artwork back here too, but that is a traditional box, and that is why when I saw Mossman's package, I said I'm still holding out a shred of hope that it'll go on Mattel Creations, but
I know. Toy Sorceress, we gotta make that happen for you somehow.
We have to. We gotta go talk to some people.
Yes, and Brick is impatiently waiting to talk about the dragon / dactyl rider horn helmet dude, and we will get to him soon.
We will get to him. So here's another view of the incredible package. We'll dive into the art too. You can see there's a volcano exploding. We got Castle Grayskull back here, a couple of Rotons,
a lot of stuff.
The final scene. So there's a lot of stuff going on in here. There's just another view of the other side,
and it comes unassembled too.
So, look at that. Yeah, unassembled. So let's dive into the artwork. And on this one, I'm going to go back into the article just so we can see what that artwork looks like.
Yes.
In full next to each other. Sorry, I apologize. I'm scrolling.
That's all right. I can comment on Brennan Barnes's comment. Yes, okay. I do have a giggle instead of a laugh. So yes, I'm sure if you know me for a long time, I do giggle.
So it's funny because, and I wanted to see this all in one piece because you can see E-Man driving here, and I don't know if it's just me, but does Tila look like she's like scared out of her wits? Like E-Man's driving, like you got your boyfriend's driving in the front seat, and he's like driving really fast, and the girl's in the back like, slow down. Like she has that look on her face, right? You're going too fast, E-Man.
Yeah, backseat driver, maybe. I don't know, but maybe she's looking out for the evil warriors that are on their tail. So maybe she's a good wingman.
Cracked me up, right? So this one we don't get any teases, but we get some incredible artwork. You can see the Talon Fighter in all its glory. The two passengers riding in here. You got the classic satellite on the top, the blast coming out of the back, and of course the gorgeous Talon head in the front, and you know, he got his feet down there. So this looks great.
It is deep. Yeah, I don't know if I have any pull to get Rio Blast made, but you know, I'm guessing that they're gonna make him at some point. So, yeah, it was funny. Giraffe did a fun you know, tease in the Discord channel with that. It was on some other card art. He had like put in Rio Blast and like very faint images, and it's like, oh wait, there is a tease. It's Rio Blast. Wait.
You know, I actually fell for that. Didn't someone superimpose Rio Blast on our? Was that on our Discord? And I like zoomed in, and I was like, oh my god! And they put it like kind of like faint, and I was like, look at that image. It's like it was a crevice, right? And it was making Rio Blast. I fell for it for like a split second.
That's funny.
And then I realized it was a joke.
Yeah, you had made an unintentional innuendo earlier, and I guess I had giggled at that. So yes, that's funny.
Yeah.
I'll have to watch it on replay. Forget what it was.
Yes. Oops. Not intended.
I don't know. When we're talking about packages, it's like it's very hard not to make innuendo. So it's like Mossman's package.
I completely agree, right? I mean, we'll call it a box. How about that? That's boring, but okay. Let's look at the back of the box.
Is also an innuendo as well.
So. I guess it is. I think you can use innuendo in a lot of things, right?
Yes, but we'll save that for the hot tub chat.
yes, that's great for the hot tub, right? Yes. So let's take a look at the back of the package art. It looks incredible. There's a lot of things in here. There's actually a couple little teases we're going to go into. So Michael, I'll let you dive in, and we can take a look at close-up images as we move along.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. This is an epic battle scene. It reminds me of the vintage battle ram box, which is great. But yeah, lots of Lords of Power. Yeah, so they could have put their original, you know, normal caricatures on there, but yeah, I think like Jeffrey Mayfield was saying, like I actually hope we get standard releases of these figures, because we've only had them with Merman and Beastman, and so we have yet to see Man-at-Arms. We have yet to see He-Man and Skeletor, which I could do without, but you know, I'm sure they'll make them because it's easy money, easy repaint.
So I have something to point out, and I don't know if anyone noticed this. So, you know, flying in the Roton, of course, we got mini comic Trapjaw up here. But is this Faker, or is that he's Skeletor? It's hard to tell.
Is, let's see, that's Faker because of his orange armor.
It's orange?
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking that, but it looks slightly pinkish orange, so it's like
it's hard to tell.
I was reading too much into it.
It's okay. Like I was actually looking at, I saw Faker there, and I was like, does he have battle armor? And I zoomed in, and I was like, oh no, it's regular armor, because like that would be amazing.
It's regular, but his hair looks pink.
Yes.
Doesn't his hair look pink?
Yes. So maybe that's another version of Faker that they might put out. I forget the PowerCon exclusive come with pink hair, the Leo Faker.
No,
I forget, but
no, he's down here. It's orange.
Okay. Yeah, so maybe this is another variant of Faker that they're going to be doing, which is awesome.
It could be, or it's just the blast of the volcano reflecting on his hair. I don't know. But here we go. Let's dive into our horned helmeted friend over here. The chat wanted to discuss.
Yes, yeah, Brick something definitely wanted to see that guy, and this one has actually been teased on several box arts, which is great. And you know, I think it was Axel. Yeah, so Axel, when this was made, people were asking who this character was, and Axel got the inspiration from the original box art from the Battle Ram. And again, Giraffe had sent this through Discord. And it was so hard for me to see. And yes, he is right down there. It was nuts. Exactly. And it's funny because this is what the back of him, right? And so basically taking that
in a dusty cloud.
yeah, in a dusty cloud, and yeah, it's like my eyes couldn't really see that, and I was like, is he flying around on a sky sled? I don't know where the heck he is. And then Giraffe, pointed that out, which was awesome.
That's fantastic. And he made another appearance, right, on the Castle Grayskull box, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he is.
And
He's on the side. He's on the side panel, which doesn't show on. Yeah, so it's basically this side panel that he's on right here with his dino dactyl, whatever that thing is.
and there's another one behind him too, but that's very cool. And then he also made an appearance on the Sky Sled box, right?
Yeah,
down here.
Yeah, he's like Visa. It's everywhere you want to be.
You know what this reminds me of, Michael? So do you remember Frogmonger kept popping up on all of these different packages? And he was also like a never before made character and figure. And we're like, what's this dang frog? And he keeps popping up all over the place. And he finally hopped into the Origins line.
Yes. Right? Which is, I mean, that's what Mattel Creations should be about. It should not be releasing yet another version of Space Sumo or characters that we've seen before. Like, we need these like really odd, off the wall, like deep cut references to like 1982 Masters of the Universe.
Yeah. So this guy looks incredible. And how cool would it be if he actually came with his ride here, this pterodactyl ride?
Oh, that would be awesome. I just want to answer Joe's comment. So there's a join button on our just Toy Habits YouTube channel page, and so that's where you would go to sign up if you were so inclined.
And Joe, if you do want to sign up, be sure to do it through your desktop. That's where the join button is located. If you do it on your cell phone, I don't think it'll show up.
It doesn't show for some reason. It's kind of lame.
It's on YouTube.
But interesting thing. So this guy is what, like kind of like purple, like lavender, kind of purple colored.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
Lavender,
lilac.
Interesting design. There was something going around Instagram and Facebook today about like Lodar leaks or Hawk leaks. We have no idea if they're true or not, but this made me just think right now how easy for them to be to make Lodar because he is that color.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean that's probably a tease for it, And besides this new tease character, we also got a couple of teases here that we were talking about before, that perhaps we may get single carded releases of the Power of Grayskull set. Now, how odd is it that these guys have not showed up on card backs or anything like that, but this is clearly the Lords of Power Lords of Power versions of Skeletor, which is slightly off this panel, and then you got Man at Arms. You can see that black furry trim and his other helmet that he has on. Clearly, Lords of Power version of Merman, and of course, that Lords of Power version of Beastman with the giant open mouth and the big chest armor that he's got there, and those extra, wrist guards.
Yeah, super cool battle scene here.
Very cool. And then, if you notice, did you see Teela over here? This other version of Teela on Battle Cat next to Evil Lyn, no less.
Yes.
So I wonder if this is like a battleground Teela or a hint at something like that. It's kind of hard to tell. I mean, it looks like Teela in her sort of normal gear, but she is battling it out against Evil Lyn, and we've never seen them actually riding He-Man and Skeletor's steeds, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Right?
This whole art is amazing.
It is incredible. So, and then if you guys are not familiar, this is the PowerCon Lords of Power set, which was an incredible set here. I actually did have this, and inevitably I ended up selling the set because the box is huge. It was beautiful, but they released this Merman, and then they released this version. I mean, slightly different color of Beastman, and I ended up just selling it. And then we got, of course, the standard, vintage style head of He-Man, and I said, well, why do I need to keep this set? So I ended up selling it. Kind of regret it because it was really cool, but it just took up a lot of space.
Yeah, but hey, Pride of Grayskull, no, don't be sorry. You were not late. You were just in time. So you're always happy to join whenever you can.
Yeah, welcome. How's it going, Pride of Grayskull? Good to see you. And of course, this is the Talon Fighter in all of its glory, looking incredible. Absolutely a perfect homage to the vintage version of it. You know, we still got that little handle on the bottom. Um, you know, the blue canopy, the red wings, and of course the sunset colored Talon beak and front section, which looks incredible. And then look at this rear, Michael. What do you think about that and how they did Point Dread down here? Don't you love that?
I love that. Yeah, it's great. Like what they had cardboard in the vintage set, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's
but
gone. Like they're replacing it with
it's
plastic
gone.
parts, and I think it's awesome.
Mm-hmm. But I love how they made that little inserted computer look like the cardboard one, but obviously it's plastic. So
Yeah,
they were paying homage to that.
yeah, totally. Yeah, especially also with the back of it, with the back of the Talon Fighter too. It looks great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then here you can see that extra laser turret that can be attached to Point Dread, or you can replace the blue cannon at the top of the Talon Fighter with this laser as well, which is kind of cool. So I guess here you can see they still have that odd seating configuration, which I'm not going to
Yeah,
say anything beyond.
we're checking out rears, we're checking out boxes and packages today.
Yes.
As we digress.
And we digress. So here's a close up. This looks really cool. And you can see the molded computer in here. I mean, this is just like awesome. And then a close up of the interior.
Pride of Grayskull, yeah, you're right. The handle is removable, so you can take that off.
Oh, that's cool. I love that. And what do you think about the clear canopy plastic piece they put here? I think this was a brilliant idea because I do have the vintage one, Michael, and this cutout portion right here, because there's no plastic on the vintage one, it's just open. It seems to lose some of its, and I say this because I'm an architect, its structural integrity. Like it's kind of thin, right? Because of all the cutouts, and it's not so sturdy at the top of the Talon Fighter. So adding that clear plastic canopy on the inside, it looks cool, and it also I think helps the integrity of the entire canopy piece. So it'll probably last longer.
Oh, that's awesome.
If you guys are wondering why that's there.
That's great. No, that's very cool. Yeah, I don't have this vintage one, so yes. When are we getting Chef Allen? I guess whenever Chef Allen is teased on box or card art, then we are going to get a Chef Allen. So
that would be amazing. So I think that does it for the Point Dread Talon Fighter leaks. So what else did you want to discuss today, Michael? I know we've got a few other things that happened today or this week. We had some news leak yesterday. There was that image of a Fangor that got leaked by a Mattel employee. And,
yeah. So yeah, let me I can bring that one up and see. All right. Yeah, so this was also going around Facebook yesterday, and apparently I guess somebody's cousin or whatever works at Mattel, and I guess snapped this picture of what looks to be an Origins Fangor, which is amazing because he only came out in the Masters of the Universe Classics line. And I think everybody was saying like the big reveal actually was probably this coffee cup here. Yeah. But I don't know, since it didn't happen on April Fool's, I don't think it's April Fool's, but somebody was saying like the glossy paint on it, is a little suspect, but I guess, it could be the lighting in the room. Even a matte, figure could have some sheen to it.
Michael, I actually think that it could just be the prototype version of him. Yeah. And typically those are painted, right? And they usually start out with all one color plastic when they're just doing the prototype molds, and then they paint it to do color samples and things like that. So that's probably what it is, because lots of times, like when I went to PowerCon and some other having like you see the con displays when they get new figures out on display, sometimes they were painted versions of them because the production sample wasn't ready yet. So I wouldn't put too much stock in the glossiness of them.
Yeah, and I think what also makes me think that this is not like this is an actual like figure is it comes
Mhm.
with or there's his wrench. And if you
Yeah.
have the original figure, he came with a wide variety of tools. He came with a wrench, a screwdriver, and a hammer. And he's just
Yeah.
the resident Snake Man mechanic, I guess. But
Mhm.
the interesting thing here is this looks like Fangor. So Fangor came with two head sculpts in the classics line. So he came with these huge fangs, but he also came with another head sculpt that had shorter fangs. And so maybe this particular these teeth are getting are swappable teeth instead of
Yeah.
swappable heads.
I was going to say, did he go visit the dentist and get that corrected?
Molar.
Exactly. But what makes me think also that this is real is because, first of all, that chest um, piece that he has there, it looked like a new mold. I,
Mhm.
I can't tell if it's chest armor or if it's actually sculpted into his body, but we have not gotten a chest like that. So that kind of tells me that it's new. It's not really like, it'd be kind of hard to kind of customize that. The shin armor looks new.
Mhm.
The design on the wrist bracers is different, and so is the belt. So all of those parts, and you can see his articulation lines in there as well. To me, it looks like a prototype version, but it does look authentic. But that's
Yeah.
just my yeah.
I think so too. And yeah, I think like the presence of these accessories and just also like the mess that it's in. Like typically when
Oh
people
yeah,
take like custom shots, they want to frame them nice or whatever. But it looks like
yeah.
I don't know how somebody snapped this picture, maybe on the down low. I have no idea.
That's what I was gonna say, right? So someone was probably like walking by in the Mattel office, and they were like going by, and they're like, "Oh, there's a new figure no one's seen." Click, and they took their phone and kept walking. That's why the
Yeah,
weird
right.
angle, right?
Yeah, totally. I could be because what I did was I had cropped and enlarged and rotated the photo because the
Mhm.
original one looked like this just on a
Yeah,
desk. And it's funny because
yeah.
a lot of people were using this, I guess, and passing it around on Instagram too. I was like, hey,
That's
that looks
hilarious.
familiar.
That's hilarious. So,
But
you actually go ahead.
I was gonna say, it's funny. So in the Discord, Giraffe he was actually dissecting this whole scene. It's like we have the coffee mug reveal, we have a bunch of like Snake Men stuff on here, but he was
Yeah.
he was speculating that like under all this crud, it looks like Rock On, could be under there too. I don't know.
Buried under the mess.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
He
like
needs
it's
to
like
be
this
under.
it's like this little
Yeah.
this little piece here could be Rock On, or it could
It-
be like McDonald's garbage or like fast food garbage. Who knows?
well, definitely you can see there's a piece of the ground ripper that's been kind of parked underneath that garbage pile there. So
Yeah,
and
and
then
I
the
think
spare head.
this so Fangor was in Allison's list that we were talking about last
Hmm.
week with all of the retooling and just sharing of parts and things like that. So it's definitely
Yeah.
possible that he's coming in the line. Plus, there was there's the leak of Terror Lord Grasp. So it's like there's all of these like deep cut Snake Men that came from the comic lore and the classics lore and were made into
Yeah.
classics figures. So
Yeah. So there's some kind of big robot, I guess. Cora's asking, standing next to the coffee mug. I don't
so
know what that is. I'm sure you
let's
don't
see.
know.
Uh,
And
oh yeah,
thank
I
you,
don't
thank
know.
you for.
That's a good question.
Yeah, I noticed that too, and I was like,
Yeah, is this like orange haired dude? Is that like Grizzlor's cousin or something? Like with the furry? I don't know. It looks like
probably.
he got like furry hair and furry stole or something around his stole. I don't know.
That, that could be. Oh
So
man.
I'm hoping that Fangor will make it. I actually have this classics figure and he's really cool.
Oh,
Like,
cool.
just imagine like all this armor and just the way that they did the legs in an Origins buck. I think it's going to be awesome
Mhm.
if they do that.
Yeah. So Oz, hey Oz, how's it going? Good to see you in the chat. He's saying that the arms and bracers look like from Sunman, which I think The Sunman ones were, you know, it's kind of close. They have that little, I don't remember, is it molded or is it painted on the diamond that's in the middle of their arm bracer on all of them?
I forget. I don't have one
I
in
forget
front
too.
of me.
No, oh no, I don't either. Sorry.
That's all right.
But yeah, I mean, it could be, but you know, these shin guards, I can't tell if that was used on somebody else yet, but you know, definitely the torso, this whole body armor and that belt looks all new, and of course the head is completely new sculpt, which is incredible looking. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Totally.
I think it's great. Hey, so Michael, you did some sleuthing for us. Was it yesterday? On our very much anticipated Man at Arms figure. So I actually got a hold of him, did a very quick review with all of this news that was coming out, and I lost power as well on the same night when we did cover Man at Arms. But tell everybody what you found out in terms of when he's hitting shelves.
Oh yeah, so whenever I go to Target and there are Target exclusive figures, I like to check with the Target employees to see if they have set dates for these figures. And so we found out that April 16th is actually Man at Arms official set date in store. So he is popping up online, as you know, Toy Sorceress, but April 16th is when he's going to be actually set in stores. And I'm sure that he's going to come out sooner than that because employees miss the set date and things like that.
Oh, they most of them don't even care what that is. But I gotta say, the figure in hand is incredible. He's extremely hard to change his outfits. So wardrobe changes are going to be difficult. You may want to pick up two if you like both looks. But so here he is. There is Duncan in all his glory. He has a really nice, cloak. It's a little bit odd because it's got this huge like wrapped portion of it on the top that has to kind of wrap around his neck. I couldn't figure out how to put it back on properly once I was trying to swap heads and swap his armor out. But he looks really good, with all of that armor on his shins are removable. The shoulder armor is removable. This little arm cannon that he has here is also removable. And this is what his other head looks like, the older, wiser version of him. But we did do an incredibly detailed review on the site.
You did,
so
yes. You did an amazing.
I did, yeah. Some really fun photos are there, and a lot of close-ups of the actual figure. So take a look at it. That was a lot of fun to dive into. I'm just going to share my screen for a second if you guys want to.
Oh yeah.
Want to see it, but let's
sorry, somebody just made a funny comment. When is Frankenstein's set date? It's funny that this actually this came out before it got to Frankenstein. So I'm just saying.
And what's really cool also is I didn't notice, but so this is Man at Arms in his kind of older, wiser, battle-torn look. He has two belts, which is really cool. So this is the one belt he's wearing here with that little pouch.
Oh, let me see. Show that again. Sorry.
It's right here. So, because I didn't realize it was strapped onto him when I first was trying to do a wardrobe change.
Oh yeah, he had a strap on.
So you got to take this off. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's really cool. You can see it. You can see it on the. Yeah, I know. I'm not even going to go there. No comment. Yes, he does. So there's the belts. We'll save that for the hot tub comment.
I think Kayla's on vacation too, so we'll have to.
She must be.
We'll get a little spicy next week too.
Yeah, we will. It's going to be a lot of fun. So here is, you can see that cloak, and I didn't take a picture of it, but there's kind of multiple layers. It's very long, the portion that wraps around and underneath that the little collared piece that he has right there. And then doing a wardrobe change on him was a little bit difficult because you actually have to take the cloak through his armor, through the top, and then click his armor on him. But he looks incredible. He photographs great. I mean, it was like a lot of fun. He's shooting his arm cannon out here. He's got this extra little cannon piece this part's removable, that you can click that on and off, that sits on his right shoulder, which is awesome. The artwork is fantastic. You can see him here shooting that ginormous laser cannon that he comes with. The pack out was just like, there was so much stuff. I mean, if you want to call something deluxe, this is a huge
what a
pack
deluxe
out.
pack out is.
This
like,
is, yes.
So I don't. So you're going to be sending me this one so we can actually do a video review for the channel too. Is this in the like oversized box, or is it in the double wide?
It's in the double wide box.
Okay, cool.
So it's kind of, I think it was in the size of the box that that Beastman came in.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Like that.
Got it. Yeah.
So he's coming today. So he will be out in the mail to you as soon as possible. But you can see how gorgeous he looks with that, that incredible soft goods robe or cloak. They call it a cloak, but it actually it has a really nice soft like texture on it. Like it's really premium. I was surprised. I don't know if you guys can see the kind of soft texture that's on the cloak here.
Yeah, if you back it up a little bit, possibly
a furry finish on it.
Yeah.
But when you get it in the hand, you're going to be very happy with it. It's thick. It's a really thick material, and it's got like one side of it's smooth, and the other side has a little bit of a kind of faux furry, kind of flocky. There you can see that finish. It's very nice.
Oh, cool. Nice. If it's flocked, it'll be a Walmart exclusive soon. So good.
Yes. Or it's got like kind of like a blanket. It feels like that you can see it right here in this photo.
Nice.
Oh, some of the that's a good one right there to see the texture on his cloak. But yeah, so he looks great. His clothes has like kind of it looks like it's multiple pieces of cloth that have been kind of sewn together. Just so much detail on there. It looks wonderful. Yeah. So that's cool. And then of course this is him geared up, and the head sculpt is great. It looks just like out of the cartoon series. This armor is incredible, and you can see here how you gotta loop the cloak around his armor to get it out of there. So it's a little bit of a pain, because there's all this extra material that kind of wraps around in there. But you'll see it, Michael. You're gonna.
I love that oversized shoulder armor too. That kind of looks like a Lego piece. Brick something.
It's huge. It is like it's ginormous. Like the shoulder piece he has on there, it's really, really big.
Cora, Duncan may be Eternia's greatest engineer, but clearly he's not very good at sewing.
No. Awesome. he got too tired to sew after making all his amazing weaponry and tech. And those are the laser cannons, the arm cannon, and the giant cannon he holds. Then you can see all of his armor pieces, and see this piece right here just clips on. And there's just two little pegs that it just sits in. It's really easy to clip it off. Yeah, and there's his heads. Nice view of his heads. So
amazing that you caught that. It's amazing that you caught that on target. The split second it was on.
Yes. Thanks to, I want to give a shout out to our great friend Mega J Retro, because he texted me as soon as they popped up on Target's website, and the site crashed. So I literally got one in the shopping cart. I tried to hit two. I couldn't check out. I got one to go, and then I got another one for you immediately after, and it sold out. Mm-hmm. So yeah, thanks to Mega J. So that was awesome with him. And they I don't know if they've intermittently popped up, but now that we know April 16th is the set date for it, I think there's going to be plenty of him. I have absolute confidence in Target to get enough of these deluxe figures, so nobody fret, because I go into Target now and you got Too Bad stacked, several figures deep, and they're stocked fully. So I think the same thing's going to happen with Man at Arms, and it'll be plenty available.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
very cool stuff. Let's see. One other thing that I wanted to touch upon was something cool. I actually got actually had to go into the office in San Francisco just for my day job, and I was actually in the right place. I was in the right place at the right time, because
Yeah, you were.
The person who was working there just got a shipment of these things, and they were actually unboxing and unpacking all of this pallets of shipment for this toy show that Brick Something and Lara and I went to today. And he let me like take a peek and a gander at the set before it was out, but made me promise not to post these pictures until Saturday when Super7 actually revealed them. And so if you know, oh yeah, there is an echo again, Toy Sorceress. So if you could, sorry. Okay, thank you. So if you yeah, if you head to the Super7 site, they did tease this on Instagram, and I think they just showed this like railroad car, looking, or this subway car looking image. But what was cool is the person who was in the Super7 store let me take a photo of this pack, and so they went on sale today. I think Lara actually bought one at the toy show, and it was very fun to see, and it's a very unique pack, just paying homage to the disguises from the Baroness, Cobra Commander, and Destro, I think from one of the cartoons. So I just thought it was cool.
So that was incredible because I didn't know what it was going to be. We knew there was that Subway tease and that it was called the Cobra Escape Pack because there was a online listing that leaked out. But then you text me, you're like, "Oh, he's going to open the package right now." And then I saw these. And if any of you remember, there's one of the episodes in the miniseries, the Pyramid of Darkness, is when Baroness, Cobra Commander, and Destro are trying to escape from the Joes, and so they get into these disguises and jump onto a subway car to get past them. So if you can't tell that that's a Cobra Commander and Destro in disguise, then I don't know, man, they're pretty bad.
That was funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, these are on sale on Super7, and yeah, it was actually cool because the guy who was working at the shop, he also does a podcast and things like that. So we're now besties on Instagram now. But it was actually cool that he let me take these pictures and trusted that I won't put them out before their time is due. And, I know we leak a lot of stuff on here, but if somebody asks us to not share anything, we totally abide by that. So we're not heartless people.
No, it was fun. I mean, that was super cool that he let you take pictures of that, and we had to sit on this for 2 days and wait for it to
I know.
come out.
It's funny. But awesome. Let's see. I don't know if there's anything else that we can see from here. Yeah, I mean, there was chatter around a Night Stalker leak, but I think you were saying that this looks more like the vintage one, right?
Well, yeah, the because of the kind of the articulation of that back leg that's kind of bent in there already. But that's not to say that they're not using this Night Stalker as reference to get the paint colors right. I mean, they've got the mold for Strider already. And Michael, you brought up a fantastic point that perhaps, they're holding on to releasing Night Stalker for after when Snake Mountain comes out, because as Strider was released with a piece of the green Castle Grayskull base, Night Stalker 2 may come with the same kind of base in purple to match Snake Mountain.
Yeah, I was thinking that too, because I think that Castle Grayskull add-on that came with Night Stalker, because I was wondering, like, why the heck are they waiting so long to release Night Stalker? Like, they could have just released them actually both at the same time, but if they included a pack-in with Snake Mountain, that would have been a dead giveaway that Snake Mountain was coming. And back then, nobody knew. Everybody was hoping Snake Mountain would come, praying Snake Mountain would come, but yes, alas.
Yeah, I know. So it is exciting. Whether that's the actual Origins one, it's yet to be seen, because I know we got those huge joints like that Strider has. It's a little, it's got those ratcheted joints. But this is a good tease that they're working on him, over at Mattel. So that's pretty neat.
It's definitely neat. And I actually love these. Like, I don't know if they're just like behind this, like, again, like, where the heck did this picture come from?
It's funny because it's like a box full of crap, right? Then you can see Night Stalker in there. There's some other miscellaneous body parts, but then you got freaking, Snake Armor Skeletor like posing next to the box, like, "Hey guys, look at me," which is
Right.
hilarious,
Right.
right?
Exactly. Yeah. It's funny. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I don't
that's
I
funny.
don't know how this stuff ends up in here, but
It's odd. Like, what's in that bag? That bag of parts, like next to Night Stalker. There's some interesting pieces up there on the top,
yeah.
right?
It's like
Like,
a party full of pieces. I don't know.
yeah. I wonder if there's any teases in there. It's kind of hard to tell.
Yes. Let's see. I once was Mikey. I guess I once was Mikey too, because when I was really little, I think some people called me
How
Mikey.
cute.
But yeah, all in purple landscape parts. I would love to see that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think you came up with an Aquaman
Yeah.
leak as
So
well, right?
somebody actually got this off of a YouTube video, which is down below, but that looks like a leak for the upcoming Wave 4 McFarlane DC Superpowers Aquaman, and it matches because his stance is correct. The way that the articulation is on the figure looks correct too, and it goes with what McFarlane is doing because they've been releasing kind of these more modern takes on the classic figures, just like they just did with Wonder Woman. It was like her movie version. So
Mhm.
this looks like the movie version of Aquaman as well. And you can see, vintage Aquaman like looking on in the background, like, "Damn you, you took my choice."
In the chat, does anyone collect the DC stuff? I know that you do. I don't,
Yeah,
but I can appreciate it just watching the superpowers as a kid. So
yeah. I actually still have my childhood Aquaman. He's sitting on the shelf right there. It's my first. That was my first action figure, Michael. So he's like totally near and dear to my heart. I love him. And I'm a little perturbed that McFarlane keeps going with like the modern takes on the figures first, rather than releasing more of the classic looking ones. Because the first wave had an awesome looking classic Superman, which was great, and then they did that like Hush Batman with the
mhm.
big chest and the other logo, and I was like kind of bummed. And then they did a new Dark Side, and then the Flash was classic too. So when I heard, we broke the news on the leak list for Wave 4 on DC Superpowers, and I saw Aquaman on that list, I was super excited. But then I was kind of bummed because it was going to be this version of him first.
Oh, cool.
It's cool.
We got a couple of people in the
Okay.
chat. Pride of Grayskull collects these. Let's see.
Aw.
Yeah.
I want to know, Clint, what happened to your childhood Aquaman?
I guess
Did
we
he
can
did
ask
he
him in the
drown in
hot
the hot
tub.
tub?
Yeah. I was once Mikey. Definitely, yes, you are seen. So just wanted to point that out.
That's so cool.
Let's see. Oh yeah, it's so funny. It looks like he's about to take the open mic stage at a coffee shop. Paul Simon cover nobody wants to hear, of course.
That's hilarious. Yeah, he does look kind of like he has stage fright or something, like something about his eyes.
Funny. That is awesome. Yeah, I mean, there's so much stuff that happens during the week. It's very
Mhm.
hard to keep. It's very hard to keep track of. The Toy Sorceress did a fantastic Wave 1 in-hand review of the 6-inch.
Indiana
And
Jones figures.
yeah,
Yeah.
those look amazing. Of course, there was the Toy Sorceress takes amazing pictures. So if you haven't seen her pictures, like this will make you want these figures. So I mean, she
Yeah,
did.
I
I
was
mean,
actually I was only going to buy the retro indie figures, the Kenner versions, and then of course the 6-inch indie. But as in typical fashion, Hasbro decides to do this build an artifact gimmick where they put a part of the arc in each of the wave packages. So of course I had to buy the rest of the figures to make the arc. But after getting them in hand, I was like, this is so cool. I love that little monkey. I mean, he's super cute, and he came with Marion, and I had way too much fun taking photos with him.
so that's awesome. Actually, I love that they did like a build an artifact instead of a build a figure, because the arc, that's the centerpiece of
Oh yeah,
Indiana Jones. So
yeah. Indy comes with his idol, which he's got in his hand right there, which
yeah,
is really cool. But yeah, it's a great set of figures. Maybe I'll just buy this first wave and leave it at that. But I wanted to talk, and I'll end up with more stuff. Who knows? But
yeah.
now this little monkey is he's really hard to see. He's gonna be like my little mascot. He's fun to just hold and play with at your desk.
Very, very cute. Very cute. Anything else that we wanted to cover before we wind down?
I think that was it. We had a lot going on this week.
Yeah.
It was an exciting week. And, also I did stay up late, even though I said I wouldn't, because, I was up enjoying Mega J's stream, but we all were kind of hoping that there was an EE drop that was supposed to happen at midnight last night, but I predicted that it was going to be Too Bad, because Too Bad is now the Masterverse Too Bad. It's now no longer, as you predicted too, it's no longer a Target exclusive. So of course we all stayed up till midnight, and then it was Too Bad that came out on Entertainment.
Yeah, it was interesting because in the morning, so morning and night, there's probably 50 or 60 things that I check just to see if anything has changed. And so Masterverse Too Bad had popped up on Amazon, and I was like, okay,
oh wow,
looks like it lost its exclusivity so to Target, and now it's on Amazon, and it's shipped and sold by Amazon. So it's not an Amazon
okay, yeah.
third-party seller. So that was clue number one. And then Big Bad Toy Store put it up. And so I was like, this EE drop has to be Too Bad, and I'm not going to stay up until midnight to see Too Bad.
I know, but you know what got me is because Mega J was like, oh, it says figures with an S. It's not just one. So I was like, maybe there's something special. I'm like, what if it's Slushhead? What if it's Whiplash? Like, I don't know. God forbid I miss it.
I know, yeah. I get it. And I was like, it's gotta be. So Steve actually reminded me of one thing that I wanna cover just before we depart. But Bam Bam Bigelow and Mr. Perfect were revealed in the WrestleMania booth, in the Mattel booth at WrestleMania this weekend. So I just want to just check that out really quickly if this will load up.
So Kyle Peterson actually sent you some photos. I don't know if you've loaded them up in there yet.
I haven't had time yet.
You haven't. So just to let the chat know, there'll be some better additional photographs in that article. So we'll update it later on tonight. And there's some great pictures. But go ahead, Michael.
I was really excited because I don't think that Mattel, I forget if they have had action figures at the pre-WrestleMania events before, but they had a whole display of WWE superstars figures, and like mixed in with this was Bam Bam Bigelow and Mr. Perfect. And so Mr. Perfect looks awesome. Bam Bam is amazing, just with all the tattoos. And I think, in his wrestling gear that he has, just in his normal life when he was wrestling, they are using the chunky butt.
It took me a second to figure out what that said. I'm like, chunkier. I got it. That's hilarious.
But I think he'll come with, like, they don't show all the accessories and stuff like that, but I think he'll come with those like flame pants too, because that was his whole getup. Like his whole getup was flame,
like his whole entrance gear, right?
Yeah. So it's very cool. That icy belt, I'm hoping it's a shinier belt, maybe a little bit different than the one that came with Shawn Michaels. But I love this. I love that they're making these new figures. And I think, and also Charlie _5.5 from Instagram. He runs that Masters of the Universe Origins and Masters of the WWE Universe Facebook group. He actually had test shots, so he collects these things, and he didn't want to spoil the reveal from Mattel, and so he had actually sent me all of these pictures of the test shots that he had of Mr. Perfect and Bam Bam. So it's very, very cool that he sent these to me, and it's actually cool that he didn't send them out before they were revealed, which was awesome.
Oh, he's great. Yeah, he's very helpful to the site. Wonderful friend of the channel.
Oh, definitely. Yes. And also too, I think somebody had commented on this particular article, like, not only was Bam Bam a great wrestler, but I think somebody reminded me in a comment, during his tenure before the WCW's demise, Bam Bam rushed into a burning home to save the lives of his niece and nephew. He's a good dude. So he unfortunately is not with us anymore, as many wrestlers have departed us too early, but it's actually great to see him in little WWE superstars form. Yes, immortalized.
Yeah. And if you guys, I don't know if you guys started collecting those, but they're a lot of fun. I actually happen to have Mr. T right here. And, I had a blast doing a cool kind of WWE SmackDown with him and
That was fun.
Macho Man review. So the whole review is like, Mr. T versus Macho Man and who wins. And it was a lot of fun. So if you guys haven't seen that, check it out on the website. But this is a great figure, and he looks kind of like B.A. Baracus, right? From the
Yes.
18. That's what his outfit reminds me of. So, I love it. They did a fantastic job on this guy.
Yeah, he looks great. He looks awesome. Well, cool. So we have some stuff in the works for our Toy Habits crew members, right? For the junkies
Yes.
level. Well, also the
Yes.
addicts, will be diving into the hot tub after this live stream on Discord.
Yep.
I think if I forget, I don't know what levels Bo or Robert joined, but if you're at the attic level, we're going to hop on the Discord server and dive into our first hot tub after party.
Yeah, that'll be fun. And then in 2 weeks, so the weekend of the 15th, I think I have a family event, so we'll figure out timing. So either on the 15th or 16th, then we're going to do a private live stream for our junkies as well. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we want to get to know our new crew members. So it'll be more of a one-on-one fun thing. We're going to discuss whatever the topic is of the week, but we want to also get to know everybody on the Toy Habits crew. So it'll be a great way to get to know our community a little better. So it'll be a lot of fun. If you haven't become a member, please do so if you'd like to. We have a lot of fun on the Discord, and there's a lot of great information. And it's also a really fun and safe space for everybody to just be able to chat, because everyone in there is just as passionate about the hobby as we are. So it's a neat place to just hang out and discuss your favorite hobby with fellow enthusiasts.
Yeah, it's actually really fun, and it's funny because I'd set up the Discord just so we can have like an online live chat with everybody, but I'm on it like most of the day. So
you are, and I apologize. I don't get to be on there as much as you, just because I do have to commute for my job, so I'm a bit more busier. But just to answer my buddy's customs question, the Discord is at the addicts level, which is the top level of membership.
Yes, yeah. So if you want to upgrade your membership, you're so happy, you're so inclined, you can join the hot tub. But yeah,
join us in the hot tub.
We got some fun stuff. I actually shared and I don't know if I'm going to share this on this stream or not, but I have the picture my dad sent me of myself in the hot tub with GI Joes around the hot tub too.
Oh, that's so cool.
But
that was a lot of fun to see and pick out the Joes that are sitting around the jacuzzi there. The hot tub.
So we won't be back for our regularly scheduled live stream this coming weekend, right? So we'll find a new time, and we'll get
the weekend of the 15th, actually. So in 2 weeks.
Sorry about that. Sorry.
It's okay. So in 2 weeks, I've got a birthday I have to go celebrate for a family member. It happens to be at the same time as our regular scheduled live stream, but that's in 2 weeks. So we will let everybody know. We'll adjust the time on the weekend of the 15th, and we will have an after party for our junkie members that weekend. But yeah, today has been so much fun. We're going to dive into the hot tub right after this with all of our attic members of our first hot tub party. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And we can't wait to see you guys all next week. Next Saturday, we should be here at our regular time, right?
Yeah.
3 o'clock Saturday. And we hope to see you all then. And, we may be talking about the Joe leak list and our wish list, but if something amazing comes out in the news that might get, it's like someone got what is it when you're going on a talk show and you get bumped?
I don't know.
Yeah. It's like, a better guest comes on or something. Well, we had some amazing news. So we're bumping it out to next week. Or we may put it out in the middle of the week. We'll see. So a lot of news to talk about. It's always something.
Yeah, it's a lot to keep up with our day jobs, but we try our best, and we're excited to get to spend the time that we do with you this week, and we hope everybody has a fantastic weekend and Saturday. If you're I don't know if you're in Northern California, there's a little break in the rain, which is weird because it usually doesn't rain here, so it's nice and sunny out. So hope everybody has a great rest of your weekend, and we will see you on Saturday. All right.
Yeah,
Bye.
thanks to everybody in the chat for joining us. You guys are incredible. Thank you to all the crew members as well, and we'll see you guys next week.
All right. Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.